Hi guys, so obviously school's like right around the corner, literally in a few days, and so that means life's about to get a whole lot busier. And so today I would just kind of like to talk about making time for Jesus. And so I'm going to start off in Mark 1:32 to 35. So if you would like to, you can pause this video and get there real quick. If not, I'm just going right into it. That evening after sunset, the people brought to Jesus all the sick and demon-possessed. The whole town gathered at the door, and Jesus healed many who had various diseases. He also drove out many demons, but he would not let the demons speak because they knew who he was. Very early the next morning, while it was still dark, Jesus got up, left the house, and went off to a solitary place where he prayed. And then Luke 5, verse 16 says Jesus often withdrew to lonely places and prayed. And for me, reading these, it makes me think, like, if Jesus, who is one with God, needs to spend time with God, then I, a mere human, do too. Because when you think, like, life's about to get busier, and it's probably going to get a lot more stressful too, and some will have more stress than others. That's not the point. But it becomes even more important to stay in constant connection with Him, whether that be through worship or prayer or spending time in the Word. It goes beyond just maybe a Sunday morning or a Wednesday night, because we're going to need to get filled up and throughout the week, because life is draining. School, sports, homework, it's all draining. And if we're pouring out, then we're also going to need to get poured into, and we're going to need to be filled up. And if we're not getting filled up by Jesus on a daily basis, or maybe every 2 days or something, then we're going to start looking to other things to fill us up. And that's not going to be good, because we're not going to be satisfied. We're going to be unhappy. We're going to become, it's not going to work out, trust me here. I'm not going to read it to you because it's kind of long, but in Luke 22, it's not long. Anyways, it's Luke 22, 39 through 46. So if you want to read that later, go ahead. And essentially, Jesus takes 3 of his disciples up to the Mount of Olives, and he prays, and he spends time with God, and he spends hours with him. And this is right before he's arrested and beaten and crucified. And so we can see Jesus here in one of his greatest times of need, spending time with his Father. And I'm not saying school is going to be your greatest time of need, but it's going to be a time of need, because you're probably going to get busy, and you're going to be drained, and you're probably going to be a little stressed or maybe even anxious. And so spending time with Jesus is going to be incredibly important, because he's going to offer you his peace. And last night I was reading John 14, and verse 27 stuck out to me. It's, "Peace I leave with you, my peace I give you. I do not give to you as the world gives. Do not let your hearts be troubled, and do not be afraid." And for me, that's incredibly comforting, because, like, my life last year got super stressful super quickly. High school kind of hit me like a bus. I was definitely not prepared for all the homework or the stress that sports put on me, like all the pressure. And I kind of cast Jesus aside. He didn't seem as important to me. Like, other things I was busy, and so I was like, I've got a good relationship with Jesus. Like, I don't have time to spend with him right now. Newsflash, good relationships require quality time. But anyways, I found myself getting really stressed over smaller things that definitely did not need all the stress attached to it. And I realized something was missing, and that something was somebody, and that somebody was Jesus. And he was not really as present in my life. Like, I was still going to church on the weekends and on Wednesday nights and stuff, but it was a lot harder for me. And then I realized he was missing, and so I started reading my Bible every morning before I went to school, and I was praying more throughout my day, and I was listening more to worship music, and it really helped. my classes didn't get any easier, cross country didn't really get any easier, but it became easier for me to deal with because I had his joy and I had his peace. And his peace is a gift, but the thing with gifts is you have to be there to receive the gift, because you can't get a gift if you're not there to get it. Likewise, you're not going to get his gift of peace if you're not ever there with him to get it. It's a lot easier to get his peace when you're with him rather than trying to manufacture it yourself, because you can't really go online and order Jesus' peace and wait 2 to 3 days and it'll come. That's not how it works. It requires constant relationship with him. And maybe school isn't super stressful for you. Maybe you're not nervous or worried or anxious about it. Still, you need to be spending time with him, because we're called to be the light of the world. We're supposed to reflect him in our daily lives. And we can't really reflect him if we're not ever with him. Because when you think about it, the people you spend your time with is basically who you become. You become more like people you surround yourself with. If you're not ever with Jesus, if you're not spending time with Jesus, you're not going to become like Jesus, and you're not going to be able to reflect him. So when you think about it, you might be the only person, you might be the only image of Jesus somebody ever gets to see. And that might seem like a lot of pressure, because it is, but it's not going to be hard for you to be like Jesus if you take time to be with Jesus. And I was reading John 15 this morning. If you can't tell, I'm kind of reading through John right now. You should too. It's really good. Anyways, so I was reading John 15 this morning, and it's all about Jesus being the true vine and how we're branches and how we're not going to be able to bear fruit or do anything if we're not connected to him. So we're not going to be able to be like him if we're not actually connected to him. And so I'd like to encourage you just one last time to carve time out of your day to spend with him. Not just finding extra time you have to be with him, but to actually take time and make time for him. Taking a specific piece of your day, maybe it's right like in the morning before you go to school, or maybe it's right before you go to bed, but taking time to spend with Jesus and just allotting that time to him. That's all I have for you today. Thank you so much for watching this video. Jesus loves you. He wants to spend time with you, and that's all I have for you today. Feel free to share this video. Love you guys. Bye.